Hi, everybody. This is Rita Townsend, and I want to welcome you this evening. I'm going to give everyone a minute or two to jump on because, as some of you may know, Zoom has made a lot of changes because of the heavy traffic and heavy activity on Zoom these days. So sometimes it requires you to sign on in a different way, and there's a few surprises along the way. So we're gonna give everybody a minute or two to jump on before we actually start our slide presentation. I want to thank you for joining us tonight. I want to also let you know that everyone is muted, but also if your video camera is on, it'd be great if you turn it off also, because we are going to be recording and we are going to be sharing on our team page, on our customer page, and on my YouTube channel. So if you or any of your friends would like to hear the replay, you can go to any one of those three sources and actually hear the replay on the presentation tonight, which I definitely encourage you to do. For many of you, this is the first time that you're hearing this information, and it's a lot to share, and it's great if you can go back and share the recording and let everyone sort of absorb the information that I'm going to share tonight. So for me, this has just been an incredible, life-changing journey. And I think some of the things that I'm going to share with you tonight, you probably will relate to, but there are some other things that I'm going to be sharing with you tonight that probably are some things, some terminologies, and maybe even some science that you're hearing for the very first time. So I'm going to do my very best to share it with you in a very simplistic way, but it's very powerful science. And that's the main message that I want to leave you with tonight. This is an amazing company with amazing science-based, life-changing products. And I hope you can go away with some new confidence on what you might be able to be looking at doing for your health and possibly even your extra stream of income. So for me, I found this company about 8.5 years ago. I can't take credit for that, really. My husband did. But for me, I was at a stage in my life where I was aging. And guess what? We all do. I was just farther along than a lot of people. And I was beginning to feel things and see things I wasn't really crazy about. Always been healthy, always been very active, but I was beginning to feel some of the signs that we know are a part of aging. I was exercising a lot, but feeling very tired, not sleeping well, and my vitality was just kind of slipping away. I was also at the point in my life where my husband and I were planning on doing a lot of traveling, and I knew I needed to be really healthy and up for that. So I really started looking for some ways that I could actually feel better and do more and have the energy. So I did the typical things. I went to the vitamin store and started out with some very fancy vitamins, women's daily pack with lots of different things in them. And my husband said, "Oh, give that a chance to work because it may be a while." Well, it really didn't work. So I really was open to what was out there that could really be life-changing for me. And that's exactly what happened next. Um, my husband in particular, was given some information about a new product and a new company. And we knew right away that this was groundbreaking science. And I knew in my heart that I was getting on this and it was going to be the answer to some very basic things that I was feeling. So I'm going to share more information about that with you tonight. I'm going to share our LifeVantage story. I'm going to share our products, our science, and some history and how it all started. And I want to encourage you to listen in, and please reach out to the person who invited you on tonight. And they're going to be able to answer the questions that I'm sure that you're going to have as we start our slide presentation. So for me, I was looking for something more powerful than what I had available to me. And that's when I found LifeVantage. So our LifeVantage company is a company who started in science. We now have a science that can show you how to live your best life possible using some very powerful cellular activation formulas that I'm going to share with you tonight. And we began in a lab with a very singular question. We know that aging occurs, but why do we have to age? Do we have to simply accept aging as our fate? And there's been science going on for many, many, many years that is sharing answers with us on what we can do to live a healthier, longer, more active life. And we don't have to accept what we thought was part of the natural aging process, possibly as our parents were experiencing. We just don't want to spend the last years of our lives in a nursing home. So for a long, long time, we've known that our genes had amazing ability to control everything that was going on in our bodies. Actually, the very first DNA mapping was in 1953. And in the early 1990s, we began to see more about how the DNA works and our genomes and exactly those 1,800 strands of DNA, how they react in our body and what our body is doing to control those. So we, as a company, went to work. We came out as a result of 40 years of research from Duke University. Our very first product was a product that actually activated a pathway that began to talk to our genes and change our gene expression. And we now know how to activate those different genes and how to biohack into our own individual bodies and live the very best life possible. So our approach is using scientific theories of aging and addressing what I'm going to share with you that we know is the root cause of aging. And we are taking a proactive approach to increase our health span. Now, health span and lifespan are two different things. We want to live longer, but we also want to live those years in the best way possible. And that's why we need to get into these pathways and understand how each of us individually can do that. And LifeVantage does that using what is called nutrigenomics. And these are natural plant-based formulas that affect your gene expression. So what we can do is individually biohack into your own biology using your natural built-in mechanism to activate those gene expressions so that we can begin to stack the cards in your favor and become the best version of you, maximizing our biological potential. So we started in 2003 with this one product that I mentioned that came out of 40 years of research at Duke University. That was the beginning of our company. And in 2005, something actually revolutionary happened to our company. It was a very small company with one product. ABC Primetime came to our small company with an investigative reporter who wanted to substantiate the claims that we were making about these gene activators and these gene pathways. So what he did was submit himself to a blood test. John Quinones, who you might recognize on the right-hand side of your screen, submitted to a blood test to test the efficacy and the validity of our product, which is called Protandim. And what happened was, in 2.5 weeks, John Quinones, through a blood test, was able to show that he reduced the oxidative stress levels in his cells by 40%. which really was basically cleaning up his cellular uh, debris down to the level of basically a newborn. And as a result of that ABC primetime that aired in the public media, there was a flurry of activity and interest in LifeVantage. Because of the claims that we were making, we began a series of research and studies that came from some very prestigious universities and research institutes, as you can see on the right-hand side of your screen, which began with Harvard. So what John Quinones was testing was his level of what is called oxidative stress. So oxidative stress is very simply a product inside every single one of your cells. I'm going to give you my very favorite definition. It's an imbalance of free radicals and antioxidants in your body, which can lead to tissue damage. Oxidative stress occurs naturally, and here we go, plays a significant role in aging. So we now know the underlying cause of aging and diseasing in your body. And oxidative stress, I would encourage you to go to the National Institutes of Health, which is pubmed.gov, which now has 26 peer-reviewed studies on our Protandim product. So oxidative stress is an underlying known cause for all of the issues that you see on the right-hand side of the page. So what can we do about it, and what causes it? So oxidative stress, as I mentioned, is caused by this imbalance in your body, but that imbalance comes from your diet, from alcohol, medications that you take, pollutants, pesticides, even exercise are all things that cause oxidative stress. And they can damage all of the other things that you see on the right-hand side of your screen. They come from the toxins in the air. They come from toxins that we breathe. They come from toxins that we're exposed to, parabens, which are things that we usually put on our skin, electromagnetic frequencies now that we're getting from all of our cell phone activity, chemicals that we breathe, even water that we drink. So in the middle of your screen, you can see what happens to a healthy, normal cell when this oxidative stress starts occurring. And the cells are attacked by the free radicals. Here's a great picture. I want to show this to you as we go through. I want you to think about this. The oxidative stress is occurring in every single cell in your body. So it's all of the things that I'm going to show you in a minute, not just the cells inside your body, but on your skin, on your hair, in your scalp. On the left-hand side of the screen, I love this because we can slow down cellular aging using this technology on your skin. And when we don't, you can see the results of it on the bottom of your screen. So the oxidative stress theory of aging is disease is a gradual accumulation of microscopic damage to your cell membrane. And here we are again to your DNA, which we're going to show you how to clean up, tissue structures and enzymes. And we begin to lose function and are predisposed to disease. So now we're really getting into the good stuff. So what are we going to do about it? Well, we've known for a very long time, actually this research began more than 40 years ago, the body has some ability to deal with these antioxidants. And for many, many years, we believed that we could eat enough antioxidants to deal with these free radicals. And now we know that's just not possible. But the solution is using your body's own enzymes to combat free radical damage. And what we were able to do with our Protandim product was activate a protein pathway that activates all of that cellular activation. I want you to remember this NRF2 protein because we're going to tell you why that is important with our other products. So I want to draw your attention to the slide on the right-hand side of the page. I love this. Take a look at the aging line. Without Protandim, the age line continues very sharply upward It's red. On the bottom of that slide is the blue line. With the intervention and the addition of Protandim, you can level out that aging line now, and we can stay healthy well into our 80s. And there's very, very deep science on that, which I won't have time to share with you tonight, but I'm going to share a little bit more about it. So our antioxidants through Protandim activation reduces oxidative stress, or that free radical damage, by 40% in just 30 days. And we do that using this NRF2 pathway, which I'm going to show you we use in our other products for cellular activation, with 5 natural ingredients. It lowers that oxidative stress in just 30 days. It increases those all-important enzymes that are dealing with the free radical damage. It increases glutathione, which is your master antioxidant regulator, by 300%. It repairs and rejuvenates your own cells, detoxifies your cells, and produces enzymes capable of neutralizing 1 million free radicals all day long, 24/7. So today, there are many, many, many research articles that you can research. Here's a list of a few, and the 26 publications that I mentioned to you, you can review on pubmed.gov, and I encourage you to do that. We also know that now, if you go to pubmed.gov and simply research oxidative stress, there's over 200,000 studies on oxidative stress and its effect on the body. So here we see that aging slide again with the addition of Protandim, and just the Protandim. So in 2015, another very powerful study from Washington State University, and this is a statement that Washington State made. NRF2 is likely to be the most important health promoting approach in the foreseeable future. NRF2 may become the most extraordinary breakthrough in the history of health. NRF2 pathway became the foundation for future products and activates cellular repair and talks to every single cell of your 37 trillion cells in your body. And I'm going to show you how Protandim and how LifeVantage put that to work next. So there's another very important pathway that's something that you may remember from earlier science, and it's called mitochondria. Well, we call it the energy of the cell, but it actually is more than just the energy of the cell. It actually is responsible for everything that each cell is doing inside your body. It's the power for your cells to generate your heart, your lungs, your brain, everything that's going on in your body. The bad news is, as we age, mitochondria dies, and they're not as effective. So we lose the ability to produce new mitochondria in each one of those cells. So what do we need to do about that? If we know that we also lose the mitochondria as we age, then we need to have a way to repair and produce mitochondria to give those cells the energy that they need. So I'm not going to go into real deep science, but here's a little bit of it. If you look on the left, there is an association between mitochondria and how it helps cells produce the antioxidants that they need. So if we have healthy mitochondria and we produce mitochondria, then we can also help that antioxidant function in the cell as well. And it produces a lot of harmful free radicals if we lose that mitochondria production. So here's what LifeVantage did for that. So this is a different pathway in the body, and this is actually activating and repairing your mitochondria. We do that also with a natural plant-based formula, and here's the benefits. We are increasing the ATP, which is the energy, and it improves sleep quality, cellular repair. It supports cognitive and brain health, and supports healthy circulatory and cardiovascular system. Very, very, very important. Now I'm leading to a bigger story in a minute because there's more to the story. Mitochondria are linked to pathways in the body that regulate lifespan. And here's where we're going with this. The next pathway that is the most recent development from LifeVantage is something called NAD. I'm going to forget what NAD stands for. It's a very long scientific acronym. But here's what happens as we age. As the body runs, the cells create a waste, and that waste is not removed, and that process actually slows down mental and physical energy, motivation, mood, cardiovascular health, cholesterol levels, joint health, healthy DNA function, and actually damages your healthy inflammation response. Now, I want to just divert for a second. I know that we've been through an incredible world event. I think that there's a more of an awareness in some of the terms that I may be using tonight. And what we know throughout this situation, that the very foundation of health is the very foundation that we've been talked to since the very beginning, which is health, which is exercise, outside activity, your healthy immune response, reducing inflammation in the body, very foundational. But I'm talking to you about those things that we now can talk to you about and share scientifically. So what is the solution to this sirtuin activity? The sirtuins in your body are actually called your longevity genes. And the body is constantly activating sirtuins and producing additional sirtuins until we start aging. And then they slow down. So this is a pathway. As I said, it's called NAD, but it's a very long acronym. And you don't really need to know the name of it. NAD actually causes the production of these very important sirtuins. There again, this is a natural pathway that exists in your body, and we activate it with natural ingredients. It supports healthy longevity, includes supports mental focus and concentration. I think you're going to see the buzzwords and all the things that we deal with as we age. It boosts mental and physical energy. It helps the body's inflammatory response, helps maintain cholesterol levels if you're already in a healthy range, and it helps support a healthy vascular system. This is absolutely amazing. So here's what's happening. Another first for LifeVantage. The combination of these three pathways is patent pending for 5 different patents. That does not happen in the world of natural supplements. It just doesn't happen, and we have it. So we're very, very excited. Along the path of this development, we have seen, even throughout this pandemic, our stock continues to rise at an epic pace. So now I'm going to put all the magic together. The first pathway, which we talked about, which was NRF2, has a pretty good activation of your antioxidant detoxification, inflammatory response. The NRF1 alone, metabolic genes, and mitochondrial biogenesis, which is mitochondria energy. And then the sirtuins, pretty good activity there. I mean, we're starting to see something. But let's look, and when we put this tri-synergizer together, the antioxidant detoxification, the inflammatory response, with the tri-synergizer goes up into the 800 percentile. And the activation of the NRF1 pathway of mitochondria more than doubles in the response for metabolic genes and mitochondrial biogenesis. And looking at the NAD synergizer, the 3 of them together, now we're talking about a really, really significant upregulation. And I do need to mention on this NAD, the NAD activation happens within 24 to 48 hours. So we're talking about very powerful activation here. I want to very briefly share this slide. This is my favorite, and it comes from Medicare, and it simply shows very quickly, the sooner that you start anti-aging or aging prevention, anti-aging intervention without pharmaceutical products, the longer you live and the longer you live without medical interventions. Your lifespan can literally increase, a healthy lifespan, there again, into your 80s. And if you have the none of these interventions and postpone medical intervention, that you're looking into living well into your 100s. Now, I love sharing this because this is from statistics that are put together by your government. So let me share a little bit more about what we're doing with all of our products. I mentioned the Tri-Synergizer, but here's what we did with those pathways. The NRF2 pathway is that cellular activation in all of those cells. So we have an incredible pet product that was researched at the Walter Reed Clinical Veterinary Hospital for us. So your dogs age 7 times faster, and there's no placebo effect there. We also put that NRF2 pathway to heal all those cells in an incredible skincare, which is on sale through the month of May because of a Mother's Day special. And you can get basically our anti-aging cream, which is unbelievable. And the second product for about half the price. So talk to the person that invited you tonight, and that is an incredible way to get started, because we used to talk about cellular health on the inside. Now we have an ability to talk about it on the outside. And I don't know about you, but I've used just about everything on the planet for skincare. We're the only one that is patented, and you can verify that too very easily. So we also put that NRF2 healing pathway and a hair product, which is, I just want to mention that when you're healing the cells in your scalp, wonderful things happen there also. And LifeVantage has done some real unique things. When we go to the market with what we know are products that people use, we want to make the very best quality and the very best formulas that we can make. So our ProBio is a patented delivery system. Our ProBio delivers over 60% of the colony forming units to the gut. Most other ProBios that are on the market deliver about 4%. So don't be deceived when you see a lot of CFUs in a ProBio, because many of them do not get to the gut where you need to start the colony forming units, and they do not have good quality. A lot of them have fillers. Our Omega product, we do something very unique there. We fish our own fish in mercury-free waters. We tag the fish from the boat, we tag them at the dock, and we process them ourselves, and each bottle is tagged. We added lemon and lime. It's a beautiful little pearl. You can bite into it. It doesn't have any fishy taste, which is very important for parents who are trying to get their kids to take Omega. No fishy taste, no aftertaste, lemon and lime, and no refrigeration, which is why, if you look on the left-hand side of your screen, we've packaged these together in a very handy little tear-off pack if you really want to have your products with you during the day. Axio. Everyone goes to caffeine and stimulants and really bad ingredients to get a little extra energy. So we did something very unique. We sponsor a professional soccer team. We know that physical energy, you need more than just physical energy, because when your physical energy is depleted, so is your mood, your focus, your response time, everything is depleted. So we formulated a product that has no artificial ingredients and no artificial stimulants. You can have a caffeine flavor, which is a little bit of green tea extract, or no caffeine, depending on how fast you want this product to work. I drink mine on the way to the gym, because in about 20 minutes, I am ready to go. But for 4 to 6 hours, it helps with mood, energy, focus, response time, serotonin. It's beautiful. And this product is being used widely with children with ADD, autism, and ADHD. We have a weight management system. We try to teach people healthy lifestyle. So we have a beautiful vanilla flavored protein that's whey, that you can mix with anything. And our weight management system is great for using that whey protein to feel satiated for your day so you're not craving food. The prebio is kind of what we call the fertilizer in your gut. With the prebio, it's liquid, it's kind of a tangerine flavor, and taking that along with the fat burn can really get you in a really good place to eat healthy without the cravings and get your gut. This is really important. A lot of people don't understand this. Your gut is going to absorb those nutrients from the food that you're eating in much better way if you have a healthy gut, not to mention all the facts about your microbiome, not only in your gut, but you have a microbiome in your skin and you have a microbiome in your brain. So I think I've covered all the products. So I want to take a very brief minute to just tell you how to buy our products. And if you're looking for an extra stream of income, like a lot of people are these days, I'm going to very briefly touch on that. And I would encourage you to talk to the person who invited you tonight, who can really share more about all the things that I've talked about tonight. It's a very easy website. It's very user friendly. You can go on there and you can shop and you can put the name of your distributor on there. Very easy website to navigate. But more importantly, if you decide to join our company, you have a personalized website with your name on it and a shopping cart that's free, by the way. So let's look at why you might even be looking for an extra stream of income. First of all, as I shared with you, we know now how to activate your genes and your DNA. And this is what other companies around the world are trying to do. They're looking into the science of living longer, but not just the science of living longer, but also the science of living healthy. And we think that that's going to be, according to the Bank of America, about a $600 billion industry. And as you can see from the cover of Time magazine, it's a frontier. It's kind of like that space shuttle. It's just incredible to see the technology. Did you notice the spacesuits? It's just amazing. Well, I want to share with you that technology exists in the world of our products and what you can do to live a healthier life. And I think if you look at the screen, these are major, major institutional investors, the biggest in our country, who are investing in our company. We are a publicly traded company on NASDAQ. We are, because of that, we are incredibly highly regulated with what we say, what we print, what we share, our compensation. Everything that we do in this company is highly regulated because we are publicly traded. But don't you think these companies are banking on the future of this science? Don't you think that they're going to be looking at a really good return on their investment? And maybe you should also. This is just a really quick look at some ways that you can get started with LifeVantage. Basically, you buy a starter kit and some products, and you can come in at any level, and the person who invited you tonight can give you all the reasons why, and help guide you to a package that is more appropriate for you also. So I'm going to briefly talk about how you get paid. I want to tell you that we pay out better than any company you've ever seen, 30 to 40% on your product sales. Lots of different bonuses that I simply can't go in tonight. We have matching bonuses, and we have something which is called Elite Pool. So the top levels of our company, we share in global sales every month. Not every other month, not every quarter, not every 6 months, because I know companies do that. But we pay out every month, which is just incredible. So at the $100 volume, you start getting paid with 30%, and then you go into this 40% that I shared with you before. And really, when you buy into this company, as you look at that investment, getting a few customers really pays back your investment very, very quickly. And then you actually get into making profit. Now, here's something that I want to share with you about what's different about LifeVantage. A lot of other companies, including a lot of entrepreneurs develop their own products, they reshare or they resell other products. We provide 2 free websites, your own personal business site and your own personalized shopping site for your customer. We take care of all of your shipping, your incredible health products, managing all of your, you don't even deal with your customers. Once they buy your products, the rest of the operation of your business is turned over to LifeVantage. It's a beautiful business model. Why would you do anything else? Why would you handle products, delivery, sales, employees, payment, taxes, CPAs? And I've done both. And my husband and I, and my husband's been self-employed for 30 years. I can tell you this is a beautiful business model. And now, what's happened in the marketplace, what's happened in our economy is devastating. I heard today 10,000 employees from Walmart are going to be working from home permanently. It's great. They're still working for Walmart, but it's great. They have a job. But the idea of working from home and using e-commerce technology is changing. It has changed, and we've proved it's an incredible business model. It's been our business model for a long, long time, about 10 years now. We also provide this virtual website, but we also every single month roll out free social media assets for you to use on all your social media platforms. So it's really a beautiful system. You also have products that people buy every single month. These are health products. These are wellness products. And here's the marketplace. By category, about 35 to 36% of all these services by product category are wellness products. So when you look at the possibilities, or even if you're looking at another kind of business, wouldn't you want products that people buy every single month instead of every few months or an occasional purchase? The other thing I want to mention again is I would encourage you to look at the science behind our products. I mentioned to you earlier, if you go to PubMed.gov, which is the National Institutes of Health, there are over 220,000 studies now on oxidative stress, and which is foundational with our Protandim product. I just think if you're looking at a business, if you're looking at a product, if you're looking at your future, you've got to look. So, you know, I want to share this in closing. I want to just show you, because we're required to, because we are a publicly traded company, what the possibilities are for earning. Just look at the average monthly commissions, and they start minimally. And if you go down that column, you see that they start growing exponentially, and I'll show you. Pro 3, which is, it's been a while, $5,000 a month, and that's you and all of your team members. And then if you look at, as we move down the chart, then you look at the mid ranges of what we pay, and you're looking at replacing a salary, maybe a teacher's salary. And we continue on. When you hit in this pro level 7, then you're looking at sharing in our global sales every single month, and it gets really, really life-changing, and it is a willable legacy too. So just a recap of what we offer if you are looking for a business. I think one of the most important things that I would like to share with you personally is that you're looking at your team, you're looking at your leaders right here. We don't send you a box and say, go on our website and self-train and call me if you need help. We've never done that. I've been with this company almost 9 years, and it's not our company culture. So distributor support, customer support, easy to use websites, free training. We teach you how to do it. We walk you through it, and we stay with you all along the way. We have free training free meetings, corporate events that are incredible. We have Las Vegas coming up in October, which we're all very excited. I'm so excited to see all my teammates in person. And we have very strong leadership in our communities. We have leaders that are hands-on. So I want to leave you with this thought. I hope you're well and safe, and I hope your family is well and safe. If you're looking at some changes in your life, maybe they're health related, maybe you feel like it's time to really look at what you can do from the standpoint of science and your health. If you're looking at what you maybe can do to start replacing some income or growing some income, or growing leveraged income, an asset, a producing asset every month, I would encourage you to talk to the person who invited you tonight and ask questions, and let's have a discussion and call me up. I want to remind you that our meeting tonight was recorded. I'll be posting it on our team page, on our customer support page, and I'll be posting it on my YouTube channel. And you'll be seeing us again in a couple weeks, so I hope that you'll join us again. Bye, everybody.